Hello friends, today I am conducting the free seminar regarding the PCE Physiotherapy Competence Exam for the Canada, and for that credential process is very important. So today I am conducting the lecture or the seminar which gives the 100% guidance about the credential process. So let's start, friends. We have a few friends here, so let's. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So today we are conducting the free seminar regarding the credential process for the PCE, that is the Physiotherapy Competence Exam for Canada. I'm going to wait for a few minutes to allow the other participants to attend. Okay. So we are just waiting for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, let's start. So today is a seminar regarding the credential process for the physiotherapist who wants to start their career in Canada. Okay, for that, the first step for the license process in the Canada is your credential process. And that's why today I'm going to give you the idea about that. First of all, let me introduce myself. So myself, Mamta Kansara, I'm doing the Global Physio Academy is my academy, which provides the PCE written, that is the written exam for the PCE. So classes for that is provided by me. And before going to the written exam, we have to done, like the student has to done the credential process. So let's start the credential aspect. And I want, I will request everyone to put the mute, so at least it is easy for others. Okay. So the most important thing for the student, any student, international student, as well as the Canadian students, they has to pass through the credentials before giving the written exam. So for international students, what is your goal? Why you are coming to the Canada? So basically your goal is to become the physiotherapist. And for that, you need your proper action. And this action has to be start from your home country. That is very important, because if you are not doing your credential early, it is delayed your process. And what is the most important thing is you need time. So basically the every student has to work their credential at appropriate time to achieve their goal to be a physiotherapist in Canada. So for your achievement, use proper action, do your work in appropriate time. That is very, very, very important. And for that, today's lecture, I think it will helpful to give the idea about the credential process, which is the first step to get the license as a physiotherapist in Canada. Clear, everyone? So regarding the license process of the physiotherapy in Canada, there are three processes. The first is credential, second is written exam, and the third is clinical exam. Now after COVID, the clinical exam, basically that exam is depend on the province. So if you are in Winnipeg or in Saskatchewan, there is a different rule. If you are in Ontario, British Columbia, there is a different exam. So each province provides a different way to assess the clinical portion of their student. But all over the Canada, written exam is same. And your first target is your written exam. So for the written exam, you need your credential. And that credential you can do as early as possible, mostly in the home country. Even written exam nowadays, written exam also given from the home country. So I would recommend it. If you are coming to the Canada, get your license. But if you are not able to get the license in a short period of the time, at least you should do the credential. Because credential is the first most important step that everyone has to do it. So do your job and then work for your license. That is the most important thing, most important thing. So regarding that, once you are done with your credentials, Global Physio, my academy provides the written classes for the PCA. That classes gives you the 100% guidance about the direction, what to read, how to read, and what direction you are going to prepare. Because we all are physiotherapists, but still there is a different approach to go for written exam. In this Canada, written exam is MCQ based, and they are assessing each and every aspect of the student in a form of MCQ. So you need to prepare in a form of MCQs with your musculoskeletal, neuro, cardio, pulmonary, other system. Everything is covered in Global Physio Academy regarding your written exam. Once you are done with your written exam, what else? Any idea? Anyone? I want Niyati. Any idea what happened after written exam? Okay, so that's okay, Niyati, let me give you the idea. So all you are international student. That's correct. Just a minute. Now they want to work as a PT, physiotherapist in Canada. But before that, Canadian students are also in the market to work as a physiotherapist, right? So now how the Canadian system works. In the Canadian system, Canadian student, they are passing their bachelor from the college. But once they are done with that, they are also going with, automatically their credential is done. But for the international student, they have to go through the credential. Now I will explain what is credential. Once credential is done, international student as well as the Canadian student, both are in the equal level. And both student, Canadian as well as the international, those who are done with their credential, they both needs to give the written exam. So that way, Canadian student as well as the international students, both are in the same platform. Written exam has 3 chances. So you have a 3 chance to clear this exam. I want, and I always recommended my student that you don't think 3 chance. You only think you have a 1 chance. And in that 1 chance, you have to prepare in such a way that you jump, you clear your written exam. And that is important because you are using your time, you are using your money, you are using your all the effort. So do your needful work, do the proper timing, do the proper workout for your exam for 1 time only. Once you are clearing the written exam, yes, Kalyani, you are right. Once you are clear the written exam, you are eligible to work as a resident physiotherapist. Now, resident physiotherapist, it is only and only possible when you have a mentor. So mentor means already those physiotherapists who are working in Canada as a full license and they have a 3 or more years experience, they are eligible to become a mentor. So if you have a mentor, you can get your license number and you can work as a resident physiotherapist. Meanwhile, so once you are getting your resident PT license, you can work as a resident PT, and meanwhile, you have to apply for your clinical exam. And in the clinical exam, once you are clear, so again, clinical exam has also 3 chances. And now after COVID, it is not Canada-wide is the same. Each province has their own exam. So Ontario has their own exam. British Columbia has their own exam. Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, they are not taking the clinical. They are just making a rules that once you are done with your written exam, you have to do the 1200 hours for the resident PT job, and then they are asking, conduct the interview, and they give the permanent license. So each province has a different scenario, but still, if you are in the province where the clinical exam is mandatory, you need to give the clinical exam. But first focus is your written exam. And written exam, you can give from your home country as well. So if you have a time, I would recommend it, use your time in your home country. Do everything, whatever you can do. Because once you are in Canada, there is a different country. There is a different adjustment. And then you have to do everything. So it is a little bit difficult. It is not impossible. Nothing is impossible. You can do it. Everything you can do it. Once you decide and you do appropriate work, you can do everything. Okay. But I recommend it if you are in home country, do it little bit more. So it is better to adjust right away. Otherwise, already you are in Canada. Don't worry. Once you decided, do needful, you can do it. Clear, everyone? So now the next question. What is credential? Any idea? Anyone? What is credential? Who is Patel? We are saying it is a credential. What is credential? No idea? Okay, no worries, I'm here. So credential is the process to give the chance or to enter the international student in Canadian market. But for that, to have to evaluate, the Canadian system has to evaluate the international students' level, that whatever the Canadian students are earning their degree in Canada, they are equivalent with the international students. And for that, they are doing, there is a 5%, actually 5 criteria. It is not only the document only. Yes, you are correct. Whoever give me the answer about the document, yes, it is correct. But still, along with the document, you have to prove the communication skill. You have to done your bridging program. That is also the part of credential. So credential there is a 5 criteria. The first criteria that you have to send your document to the CAPR, Canadian Alliance of Physiotherapy Regulator. Okay, so all the verification of documentation is done in the first criteria. So documentation is you sending to the CAPR. That is your name, identity document, fees, everything is your documentation. Second, completion of university level entry to practice degree in physiotherapy. So there is a specific document which proves that you are done your university and which is equivalent to Canadian curriculum. So that are the document we will discuss later on. So first is your identity document. Second is your university level document. Third is completion of minimum 1025 hours of supervised clinical practice. That's what you are doing internship, right? So that is a clinical practice. What you have done under the supervision, and that is minimum 1025. If it is more than that, okay, but it should not be 1024. It should be 1025 and more than that. So that is your third criteria. Fourth criteria is fluency. So either you have to prove yourself as a fluent in English or fluent in French, or either or. So generally IELTS overall 7 academic band is required to start your process. Okay, and that is the important thing. Now, how this IELTS is important for you guys. So those who are coming on a student visa basis, I always say that if you are giving IELTS academic for your student visa, right? Am I right or wrong? You are giving IELTS academic for student visa. Anyone has idea or no? Yes. So you are giving the IELTS academic to get your student visa. So at that time, do little hard work. And you are getting your IELTS 7 band. That 7 band you can use for your student visa. And that same 7 band you can use for your credential. Clear? So you can use both the way. So one IELTS academic band you can use for student visa, another is you can use for credential. Now some students are asking me that Mamta, already we are planning to come for the student visa. We already gave the 7 band. Now, is it necessary to start the credential right away? So my question to those students, what do you want? Do you just want to come to the Canada, or your goal is to become a physiotherapist in Canada? So if your goal is to become a physiotherapist in Canada, this is the compulsory process. No one escape. You need to do it. Like, for example, you have to enter the physiotherapy college in India. You have to clear your 12th science with appropriate mark. That is necessary. So same way, you need to do this credential process before giving the written exam. So if your goal to become a physiotherapist in Canada, you are coming as a student visa or coming as a permanent residence or the spouse visa, any of that thing. Ultimately, your career is to get the license. And for that, this is mandatory. So it's up to you guys. Once you are getting your IELTS 7 band, along with the student visa, you can start the credential process. And now with me, I have like few students, more than like 10 students I have it. They are already done their credential. They are completed their PCE written exam preparation in home country. And now they are landed in Canada as a student only. So that is a really good thing, because what is your goal? You always keep the goal as a target and hit the target. So that is the 1 point. And 4th criteria for your CAPR. And then 5th criteria, again. So again, my same point, you are international students, Canadian students done their college, bachelor in the Canadian health system, but you are not doing the Canadian health system anything, right? Because you are international. So to mingle with the Canadian system, it is compulsory to done your bridging program. And this bridging program is just give the idea about the ethics, about the how the Canadian health system works, what is the multicultural. So that all basic idea. It is not a physiotherapy bridging program. No, it is the Canadian healthcare system bridging program. So you are in the healthcare field and you are you are about to enter in the Canadian healthcare field. For that, every student has to done this healthcare bridging program, which is the 5th criteria. Clear this criteria? We will discuss each and every criteria in detail, but these are the 5 criteria. First is the documentation, that is your documentation. Second, the documentation which is gives the idea or which provide you the university level education. So that document you have to submit. Third, minimum clinical hours, which is 1025. Fourth, your communication. For that, you have to prove IELTS overall 7, nothing like each, overall 7 band. And then 5th criteria, bridging program for entering in the Canadian healthcare system. So this is the TOEFL. One person is asking about the TOEFL. TOEFL, I think in here they are not eligible. It's like IELTS they are providing. And another is a CAN test. CAN test is also the similar like the IELTS, but generally they are working with the IELTS and the CAN test. If you are submitting a document for the NPTE, NPTE is the entrance exam for USA, they are considering TOEFL, but here they are considering IELTS. Okay. And when you are, so this is your 5th criteria, health program, bridging program. To get the admission in the bridging program also you need the IELTS band. At that time TOEFL they consider, and it is not compulsory that you have to go with the 7 band. For the bridging program, just you need to provide the score. That's it. Okay. So that is also the one point. Clear so far? Any question? Okay. Perfect. So now we are working with the forms. So I told you, right, that you need to submit the documentation. So criteria 1, criteria 2, and criteria 3, that is all in a one group as the application form. Criteria 4 is your IELTS. Criteria 5 is your bridging program. So for that 1, 2, and 3, it is done with application form. So in January 2023 onwards. So this is the form now update, and that is the education credential qualification assessment form A. That is a version start with the 1st January 2023. So this is the updated form. They already update in the system. So you can download and you can submit. Before the credential, there is a form A, form B, form C, and form D. 4 forms are there. But now January 2023 onwards, there is a form A, form B, and form D only. Okay, so don't be confused, because before also I took the lecture for the credential, which is also available on YouTube. In that there is a form C, but now 2023 form A, form B, and form D. Now let's discuss each and every form. So once you download this form, this is the form A. Form A and form B, both the form student has to submit to the CAPR. So now before moving onwards on the forms, I will also highlight some more things. So regarding the documentation, there is a three-way, not three-way, sorry, there is a 3 things. First thing, that students has to submit their forms to CAPR. Second thing is, so that is the forms or the documentation that student has to submit to the CAPR. That is from the student aspect. Second form, if you are all from India, so each country has the different rules, but basically for the India, university. So if you are done your college and that college is affiliated to some university, that university has to send the mark sheet. So some documents, that is the mark sheet, academic records, has to submit to the CAPR through university. Here student has no role. So students submit their mark sheet in university, tell them that, okay, I want to go for Canada. I want to start my credential process for the Canada. So university evaluate the mark sheet, do the stamp and everything, and make one envelope. That envelope university should send to the CAPR. No one else. Okay, so that is the most important thing you have to remember. And the third thing is your college. So Form D, your transcript, internship certificate, that is the submitted by the college to the CAPR. Again, student submit all the document to the college evaluate and make a one sealed envelope, and that envelope has to submit through the college to the CAPR. So CAPR is getting 3 courier if you are coming from India, 1 from the student, and if you are here in Canada, you can submit your all the documents in Canada only. So student has to do one thing, university mark sheets and the college Form D and the other documents. We will discuss all the documents and all these things in detail, but this is the most important thing student has to understand, because this process is little bit complicated, but if you understand thoroughly, it is very easy. Clear? Okay. So now this is the first form, Form A. So this is the updated form. When you can download through the website CAPR. When you are seeing this form, in that one, the first question, whether it is your initial application or whether you are applying re-application or reopen the file. Generally, you all are the fresh students. You have to tick mark the one. This one, office ID, you are not doing anything. Date of birth, everyone has individual as own. What suffix you want to add, you just tick mark that one. Full legal name. Now here basically those who are girls, they are asking me these questions again and again. So generally 50% students are using their own parental name because they are directly come as a student visa. 50% they married and coming to the Canada. So after marriage, generally in our system, we change our name. So here you are putting the name, which is your changed name. So if I'm giving my example, after marriage, my name is Mamta Kansara. Before marriage, my surname is different. Name is same, but the surname is different. So right now, I want my license as a Kansara. I'm using my name here. So the last surname, what you want, after marriage or before marriage. But once you are putting your after marriage surname, you need to submit your marriage certificate. That is the thing. So last surname, for the boys, it is okay. For the girls, it is little bit tricky question. First name or the given name as per your passport. Middle name, if it is after marriage, husband's name, or if it is the before marriage, father name. Formal last name. So here, if it is a married one, here you are using your before marriage last name. Last means surname. Okay, because your all the documents, university level or the physiotherapy documents, they are from your father's name. So you have to mention your last name here. So that is the just tricky question, that once you are married and you want to apply license as your marriage name, like after married name, so surname you are using as the after marriage, first name is per passport, middle name, husband name, and the former last name, that is your before marriage surname. Clear? Okay, now the fifth question, address. So here, again, I recommended that if you have any relative in Canada, you should provide the Canadian address. Why? Because I think there is $100 extra for the fee if you are giving your home country address, because they have to do the mail. Mail means post. Here in Canada, they are using two words, email and mail. Mail means the regular post. Email means electronic, what you are getting it, email. Okay. So regarding the regular post, if you are giving the home address in the India or like in your home country, there is extra charges. But if you are giving any relative address, there is nothing, any issues. Only all the document goes to their relative's house. So if you have a good relation, you can save your money by providing the Canadian address. So you are giving apartment and the street number. So this is the fifth question. Apartment, city, state, Canadian postal code. If you are not providing the Canadian address, other country postal code, country, telephone number, email address is mandatory. So wherever there is a star, it must be completed. Number 6. So which college you are done? So you have to provide the name of institute, city, country, start date of your bachelor, end date of your bachelor, date of degree or diploma certificate was issued. So when your degree certificate is issued, the date is written in your degree certificate. So you have to mention that one. Full title of degree. So whatever title is there, Bachelor of Physiotherapy, or if you've done Master of Physiotherapy, and full title of degree in the native language. So whatever your native language, if you are Gujarati, if you are Punjabi, if you are Tamil, whatever your native language, you have to mention it. Clear? So far clear? Form A, question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Now the fee. So fees from January 2023 onwards, credential fee is 1,486 Canadian dollar for initial applicants. If you reopen your file, there is a $546. But if you are all fresh, you have to go with this amount. Okay. And the fees has to be, so if you are, either you can pay via certified check or via credit card. So if you are paying through the credit card, it should be like in the page number 5, there is a there is a page which asking the credit card detail. So you have to fill this one. But if you are paying by the certified check, the payable to Canadian Alliance of Physiotherapy Regulators. So that is the either money draft or the money order or the bank draft. So you have to use this name for your credential fee. Now number 8 is important. Anyone has idea what is the number 8? Province, territories in which you expect to apply for registration. Indicate your first, second, etc. choice, writing 1, 2, etc. Kalyani, yes, the CAPR is entry level, practice level. So it's okay if you are not mentioning your MPT, because only there is a one thing, BPT. But whatever, like BPT is the only criteria to enter. So you have to count your credential with the BPT. Once you are done, for your written exam also done, then you have to fill the form for your registration, where you can mention as MPT. I did the same thing. I am MPT Neuro, so I did the same thing. I apply the credential through the BPT, and then when I'm done with my written exam, I submit and I declare myself as MPT Neuro from India. Yes, Patel. Province means number 8. So which province you want to work? That is your priority. Okay. So generally, you are mainly students are coming for Ontario. Some are going for Saskatchewan. Some are going British Columbia. So depend where they are going and where they want to practice. So if I'm telling about my experience, Ontario, I'm coming to the Ontario. So I'm putting as a 1. For the British Columbia, I'm putting as a 2. And Edmonton, I'm putting as a 3. Now it is my choice. Everyone has their own choice. You can put different number, but which province, which state? Territory province means the state. So for example, you are in India, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, that is a different state. Which state you want to work? Same category. Which province you want to work? So generally, if you are Ontario, you select Ontario as the first priority. But if you are going to the British Columbia, you can select the British Columbia as your first priority. Okay. No, Patel. There is not affection for the CAPR. I'm coming to that point. So some student has a question that right now I'm coming to the Ontario, but my target to work as a physiotherapist in British Columbia. So my main thing is where you want to give the exam. So if you want to give exam in Ontario, select that state. Go with the present. So if you are in the Ontario, giving the exam in the Ontario, select that one. Once you are clear, because it is a Canada-wide same exam. Once you are clear your written exam, you are moving to the British Columbia, now you just need to do the paperwork. So you have to submit all the records to the British Columbia College and taking out all the documents from the Ontario Physiotherapy. So College of Physiotherapy, Ontario, you just taking the documents and submit to the British Columbia College. That is after. But CAPR is the Canadian Alliance Regulated Physiotherapy Regulated. CAPR. So whole Canadian system work with first CAPR. So initially, which province you want to come, you want to give the exam, select that one as the first priority. And once you clear it, you can move yourself with the other province. Clear? Perfect. So this is your number 8 questions. And after that, mostly Form A is done. Form A is just your identification, that your legal name and first name, address, your institute name, your credential thing, and your province. After that, this is a consent that once you are applying the whatever you are information you are providing, that is accurate. Okay, some student has a question because they are coming as the permanent residency. They apply their credential through the WES. That is for your permanent residency. It is not valid for CAPR. CAPR you need to do by yourself as a separate. This is your career. So don't confuse with two. WES, they does their credential. All the process is almost same, but WES is for permanent residency. CAPR, it is for your career. Okay, so that is the two different things. No, Vipasa, we should not give the exam. Once you clear the exam, so you clear your written exam Canada-wide same. That is my point. PCE written, whole Canada, everywhere, it is the same. But once you clear the exam and then where you want to work, you need to submit your result to the college. You need to again pay the fee for your resident PT license. At that time, you select your province and submit everything there. Okay, so CAPR is a regulator. It is a regulatory body which collect the documents, evaluate the students, and then allow them to go for exam. Written, whole Canada is the same. Once you clear the written exam also, After that, even the same province. So for example, you are in Ontario, you select for Ontario as the first, regulator evaluate your documents, and then they allow you to give the exam in the Ontario. You clear your exam. Now again, you have to apply to the College of Physiotherapy, Ontario. That is the different college for your license. So CAPR is just for eligibility, for your credential, and for your exam, written exam. Once your written exam is done, you have to contact the College of Physiotherapy, Ontario to get your license. At that time, you can change your college. So if you want to work in British Columbia, you can go for College of Physiotherapy, British Columbia. If you want to work in Alberta, College of Physiotherapy, Alberta. Clear? Perfect. And don't confuse with the WES and CAPR. IELTS is the first required. Okay, so there is the one question that IELTS is first required and then we apply for CAPR. Ongoing process. Okay, I will come to that point. Patel, I'm coming to that point afterwards. Right now, documentation. We are working with the first criteria, forms. So again, this is your consent that you are agree to eligible to write the PCE written exam once the assessment is done. So that is all the credential. They are also giving you are also giving the consent that once you are start the credential process, your fee is deducted. Then they are doing that process. If anything is affected, your fee is non-refundable. So read everything. It is available in the form. So you are agree, and then finally after 17 points, you have to sign the application and then date. Okay. And everything, once the form A is done, so keep the one form as a one document, and every student, even though they want to appear for British Columbia or the Ontario or the Saskatchewan, every student complete the application checklist, fees, and supporting documents. These 4 things student has to submit to 1243 Islington Avenue, Suite 501, Toronto, Ontario, MX 1/9, Canada. So it is not province wise. It is a regulated body, CAPR. This is the regulated body, and that body evaluate for whole Canada. Okay, so don't confuse that. Now, if I want to appear for British Columbia, I have to do the credential for British Columbia. No, you have to submit your document at one place. Clear? Yes, it is you have to sign. Digital sign is required or original. You have to go with original. You have to submit your documents, mail. Okay. Mail it, okay. Electronically, see. We will not process the application until we receive the completed signed application and fees along with all the necessary documents that is required directly from the applicants. If your application is not signed or not sent with all the applicable fees, does not have all the required documents noted on the application checklist, we will return your application, fees, and documents what we received by regular mail. It is not email. So it is not mentioned. For that, you have to fill the form online, print it out, and then sign. Now this is the another form, Form B, which is again the educational credential and qualification assessment. It is just for your legal name. So again, the surname, legal name, after marriage for the girls, boys, there is no problem. Surname, given name as per the passport, middle name if you want to use for husband name, otherwise surname and given name is enough, and last name as per your before marriage surname, and for the boys it is not applicable. This is the checklist. So you have to sign this, like you have to tick this checklist, and that checklist you have to do the printout and submit along with application form A. So complete the application form, sign and date. That is your form A. you have to attach. So you have to do the tick mark. Money order, certified check, credit card information, attach. Identity document, generally passport. I'm telling, like I will later on tell you which are the documents you can submit. You have to submit only one document. You can submit the passport, attach. Notarized copy. So don't forget, if you use your after marriage name, it has to be notarized. And one more thing, CAPR does not want any original document. It is always copy. Okay. And some documents notarized copy. Okay. So don't send any original document to the CAPR. So notarized copy of proof of legal name change. For the boys, if it is not applicable, you have to select not applicable. For the girls, again, if it is not applicable, you're going to select not applicable. If you are married, you can select the attach. Now, students, those who are coming from China, Cuba, Pakistan, and Ukraine, you have to refer the appendix 1. Otherwise, notarized copy of your diploma, degree certificate from your entry level physiotherapy education. Here they are not mentioning university. Very important. So here your college. Okay. And also you are also sending, rather than making too much confusion, I always want student also attach the degree certificate, which is notarized copy. Don't forget this word. Notarized, again notarized, okay? Clinical internship certificate, only applicable to the graduate from the Egypt, India, Pakistan, and Filipino. So if you are from India, you have to submit the internship certificate, completion certificate, notarized copy. Don't send only Xerox or only copy. So attach. So this one you have to refer. Please also check that you have not staple any part of your application. So you are not doing staple, you always use the UP. Do not include any original documents. Include any document or items that you need to be written. Complete the application forms, become the property of Canadian Alliance of Physiotherapy Regulators. And send us transcript or mark sheets yourself. You do not send. Okay. So these 4 things you are not doing it. So you are not sending transcript. You are not sending mark sheet by yourself. They must come from the issuing institute. Clear? An issuing institute must mail. Mail means post. So here they are also not writing email. Mail. Mail means post. The following documents directly to our office. We cannot complete your assessment without these documents. Have you arranged them to mail this document to our office? Yes or no? Means you are not supposed to arrange. College has to send to the CAPR directly. Now this is your checklist. Student has to do. Here again you have to tick the thing. Document request form. Please check the box to indicate you have requested all the necessary items from issuing institute. So you just requested. So here the word is requested. Okay. So document request form, that is a form D. You are requesting to the college. Academic record. I will come to this point afterwards, but academic record means transcript, mark sheet. These are the 2 things we need it. And graduate from the India. You have to follow the appendix 1. I will come to this appendix 1, but you were requested, so you have to sign it. Supporting documents regarding supervised clinical practice hours. Requested. Clinical internship certificate from the India. So that you have to submit. If you have to send us notarized copy, your institute may skip this. But I prefer send from your side notarized copy, and your college has to submit from that side. It's up to you. It is not compulsory, okay? And original language proficiency score. in English or French. So here, if you are giving IELTS, you are not submit IELTS result from your side. You have to contact the institute and ask them to provide your result directly to the CAPR. So you have to request. Clear? These are the important things you should know. Any question for these 5 points? Okay. Clear. Perfect. Important note, when you ask the school means college, to send your documents to our office using an international courier service like Federal or DHL or something, tell the school means college that CAPR will verify who was the sender. Important thing, because we always, what we are doing, we are going to the college give us the sealed envelope, and we as a student going to the courier service and ask them to send to the CAPR, like CAPR doesn't know who was the sender. So that point, they again return all the documents and they again ask you to submit all the documents again. Here is the point they already mentioned. Okay, so CAPR will verify who was the sender. If the pickup location of the courier does not match to your school address and the school location, we will not be able to verify the school is the sender and they are not accepted. It is clearly written. For example, school cannot put the documents in the envelope and seal and then give you as a sealed envelope so that you can take it to the courier company and send it to us. The school must send the package to us, not you. It is clearly mentioned, but I don't know why student didn't understood this point. Clear? Because I end up with so many times this query. If your school is sending the documents by regular mail, post, please ask them to include a return address or the school stamp on the external envelope. So that is the thing. Then they come to know. If the return address is your school address and you have a school stamp on the external envelope, then it is like confirmed that school is sending to the CAPR. Have you completed the Canadian practice physiotherapy practice self-assessment tool? It is not currently unavailable and it is not like needed. It is just for your knowledge. What is the step by step? But it's okay. So this is your Form B. Any question? Form A, Form B. Perfect. Now the Form D. So Form D has to be sent through the college to the CAPR, not you. But here, applicant has to fill in some portion. So applicant complete this section. Last name, first name, middle name, and former name. Now you know what is this. Date of birth and student ID number. Now student ID number is unique. Whenever you are asking to your college, they have your ID number. You have to write it down here. If you received your physiotherapy education from the following countries like Bangladesh, China, Cuba, Egypt, India, Pakistan, Philippines, and Ukraine, please refer Appendix 1. Appendix 1, it shows that, like it's telling that from the India, like if you are from India or from all these countries, document request form has to be submitted via your college to the CAPR. That's the only thing. So again, this is the portion of the Form D. Okay, I just make a screenshot. Document to be sent directly to the CAPR document checklist for institutions. So now your college has to done all these things. Complete the document request form, attach so that your principal or whoever is responsible person do this thing. Academic record. Appendix 1. Everyone, every time you say that, like you read that. If you are a student from India, Egypt, anyone, read the Appendix 1. According to the Appendix 1, official academic record, that is the transcript, has to be submitted by the college and mark sheet via university. Okay, so what the college has to submit? Document request form, copy of transcript, and relevant grading scale. So college has to do attach. Attested supported supervised clinical practice hours. So some countries, some college, they make one format that, okay, so and so student is a student of this college, studying the physiotherapy from this year to this year and has done his clinical practice with the total amount of the number is 1036 or 1100 in this institute under the supervision. So this is like some format they are there. In my college, in my transcript, it is already written. So it is depend. If it is there, then you just mention that it is written in the transcript, not you, college. Attach. And clinical internship certificate. So this clinical internship certificate, I prefer that college also submitted, so it is easy. And if you want, you can also submit notarized copy, but I recommended both the side. We don't want any chance, both the side. Now college. So form D, the only first person is applicant does, and then ask the patient, ask the college to fill all the form by itself. Now form D, it is a document request form. Physiotherapy Institute must complete this section. And if they want it, they can use more paper. So this form must be completed by the registrar, program director, dean or principal. So always principal we are going with. Name of the person who completed the form, position, date, signature, full name of the student. So here they are mentioning your original name because college fill this form. So here not like your after marriage name, okay? So there your original name, what college has, because principal is filling the form. Student ID number, school stamp, means college stamp, date of birth, and name of Physiotherapy Institute. If you have any question, ask me, okay? Name of university, if different from above, address of Physiotherapy Institute, telephone number, email ID, degree in native language. So whatever language you have to, like college has to write it down. Minimum academic entrance requirement for the program. Generally in India, we have a 12 science. Students' mode of entry or entrance qualification. If it is different than above. If we are same, then don't write it here. Date, once you start the PT program. And date, once you fulfill all the clinical requirement of the PT program. All principal has to fill. Date of PT degree. Degree certificate was issued. Length of the program, generally we have a 4 year and 6 months or 4 years, whatever we have it. It is not applicable for us because we are not doing credit. Credit is generally here concept. So it is not applicable. Length of the physiotherapy program, student complete at your institute, same number because same thing. Number of the credit, do not include the internship. So here it is not applicable because credit for us, it is not applicable. Was the entry-level program in physiotherapy prepare the student to enter to practice? Yes, 100%. Upon graduation, higher level university education in the country of physiotherapy education, would this student be eligible to apply for? So if you are done for bachelor, you are applying for master. If you're done for master, you are applying for PhD. So that has to be mentioned here. Is the designated authority that is legally entitled to accredit your institute? Please indicate the name of the body. So generally we have a Department of Education which gives the degree. We don't have Department of Health or others. Was the institute credited at the time of student was admitted to the physiotherapy program? So yes, we all took the college which is credited university college, right? So yes. Was the institute accredited at the time of the student graduated from the physiotherapy program? Yes, all the colleges are credited. Is designated authority that is legally entitled to accredit with the physiotherapy program at your institute, that is different from above. We always have a same college. It is not like 2 years we are doing same other college, 2 years there. So it is okay, not applicable. Can the student work as a PT? Yes. What are the requirements for the student to be able to work as a physiotherapist after completing your program? For example, is the degree the only document student need in order to work as a physiotherapist after completing the program, or they fulfill anything else? So here we don't have national exam, license exam, but we have a mandatory period of internship. So college has to mention that they have to finish 6-month internship once they are pass the final exam, and then they have to register. We don't have registered body in India. We don't have it. IAP is not the body. It is going to be, but as present, it is not the like thing. So be prepared. Okay. Some student mentioned that, oh, we registered with this, and then they're asking a lot of questions. We just need internship certificate. Clear? Any question? Okay. Now the next question, same form D. Are the physiotherapy students taught how to make physiotherapy diagnosis? Yes, yes, yes. Everything is yes. Can a registered physiotherapy develop the treatment plan? Yes. Can patient go to the physiotherapist without the referral? Yes. Can a registered physiotherapy discharge the physiotherapy care? Yes. Supervised clinical practice hours means supervised hours in the training within the entry to practice program. So that one you have to mention. So generally, total hours of supervised clinical practice, that is internship. So 6 months, and you have to calculate the hours, and like not you, college, and mention it here. Kalyani, college mention our former name and we mention our new name in Form A. Yes, because you submit the marriage certificate. And college did not mention your after marriage name, because once you enter into the college, your name is your before marriage name. So for example, my name is Mamta Budbati. That is my before name. And I took the admission as my former name. I finished my degree with my former name. So college has nothing to show that, okay, this person has to change the name. So college is not gonna involve in the name changing. Name changing is only in Form A. Clear? So this is the thing. And now college has to submit the total hours, and then they have to divide it like musculoskeletal, neurology, cardio, others. And please describe the area of the practice that, oh, multi-age, like geriatric population, pediatric population, acute setting, subacute setting, rehabilitation centers. So they have to mention everything. And college has to submit this form to this address. Address remains same, but the sender is different. Okay. And do not fax or do not email this form. Clearly mentioned. So only and only post, mail, MAIL. Clear? Any question? Forms. Form A, Form B, Form D. Understood properly? Okay. Now again and again I'm saying that Appendix 1. Okay. So what is Appendix 1? Educational credential and qualification assessment country-wise. So what is the specific requirement for India only? I think no one students are apart from India, right? Mostly all the students are from this country. If you are from other country, you have to refer the Appendix 1 on the website, and then each country has a specification. So according to India, so if you are a student from India, official academic record, that is mark sheets, must be attested by registered counselor of examination issuing university. So here your university is in picture. University must send attested document directly to the CAPR in a sealed envelope that lists your university as a sender of all the packages, including your courier package. So again, the same rule apply. CAPR evaluate who is the sender. And if you are a sender, they are not accepting your university. So what you are doing as a student, submit your mark sheet in the university. University make the seal pack, and university has a duty to send to the CAPR. Official academic record, that is your mark sheet, will not be accepted from the college for the Indian students. Your college must submit attested documentation regarding your clock hours. So that is your hours, document request form, clinical internship certificate. And you can submit the notarized copy of your this document, like internship certificate, as in your application package. So internship certificate, it is varies. If you want, you just do notarize and submit in your application package. If college, so college has to submit the document request form, clinical hours, and then internship certificate. And transcript, I forgot that word. Transcript is also from the college. Clear? Any question? Now, I just divided that what document you have to send, what document college has to send. So document, you must send to the CAPR, all the documents submitted together, make one package and submit. So application form, form A, application fee, 1,486 Canadian dollar. If you are using the check or the money order, the name is Canadian Alliance of Physiotherapy Regulators. If you are using the credit card, on the website, there is a credit card form is there. You can submit that one. Identity document. So the one document you have to submit, only one official document, which shows your full legal name. Now, if you use your marriage name, document has to show your marriage name. Okay. Here, if you are submit your former name and then along with the marriage certificate, not accepted. So your full legal name, your date of birth, your signature. So mainly passport is everything. You do not, like, they do not accept the original document, only copy. So this is a list of the document, any of the thing you can use it. Birth certificate, if you are a Canadian citizen, Canadian citizenship card, health card, Canadian driving license, Canadian immigration record of landing, permanent residency, refugee protection document. That is the optional, and another is the passport. So whatever you want, okay. Here I just mentioned the passport one. Yes, a passport I didn't mention because it is the one and only. If you want other than passport, you can use this thing. Clear? I prefer, like, you have to submit like birth certificate if you want, and then along with the marriage certificate is there. But birth certificate has no signature. Signature is only and only available in your passport or the driving license. But driving license is Canadian driving license. Clear? Now, marriage certificate, notarized copy. Okay, don't send only copy, notarized copy. Degree certificate, notarized copy. Students make a mistake here. An application checklist, form B. So 6 things you have to submit. First, application form A, your certified check, identity document, passport or anything, legal name change if applicable, marriage certificate notarized, degree certificate notarized, and form B. That 6 things student has to submit. So student make one package and then send to the CAPR. Clear? Any question? Okay. Speed is okay, right? Anyone has a difficulty to understand? Okay, perfect. Now the another question. Document your physiotherapy school, means college, must send to the CAPR. So form D, document request form, official transcript, again the copy of the transcript, not the original, okay? So you must have official transcript sent us directly from the issuing institute where you are gaining your physiotherapy credential. Okay. One question to everyone, like I got one question. In my mark sheets, the middle name does not contain by in my father's name, but in my passport it is mentioned. Is that acceptable? In this scenario, when the name is different, one name is like in even I have a one student who has same problem. In first year mark sheet, her name is, after her name there is a Ben. In second year mark sheet, after her name there is a Kumari. Third mark sheet, father name as Bai. Fourth mark sheet, the father name as Kumar. Every mark sheet is different. Like the name is different. In this scenario, go to the, like you have to go to the lawyer, make a one, what it called? One letter, notarized a copy actually. It shows that the name, yeah, affidavit. So the name showing in the mark sheet in the first year of this name, second year this name, third year this name, fourth year this name, all are the same person, and they have to make a stamp, and that copy you have to submit. Okay, so you have to make an affidavit that all the names which is mentioned in the mark sheet with a different way, that all are as a one person, and that has to be done with the like lawyer. Okay, now come back to the college. So college sent the form D, document request form, official transcript, but again copy, and college is sending. Graduation verification. Graduation verification is like there is a separate form available in the website. If you are applying for credential, if you are applying for the credential after you are completing your degree, but still your ceremony is not done. So like you are done your final year, you are still doing your internship, and you are done your internship, but still a ceremony is not done. And before that, you want to submit your document. So at that time, your school, like your college, has to submit the graduation verification form. Okay, so that is the optional. If you have a degree certificate, there is no need. But if you don't have degree certificate, before that you are applying for credential, you need graduation verification form submitted by the college. Supporting documentations regarding supervised clinical practice hours. So that is the placement hours or clinical practice. So school has to submit the one document which shows that so and so student is a student of this college, completed this in a physiotherapy program with the supervision, and they did their clinical practice with the different locations. So some students are going to the hospital, they are going to the some rehabilitation centers, and they are done with their musculoskeletal. So school has to submit that one format. Yes, any question?
Question answer round.
Okay. So this is the document is required to support the supervised clinical practice information provided on document request form. So if you remember document request form, there is the musculoskeletal, neurology, there is the some hours are there. So same document request form, same hours, the college has to mention as a one format. And if in the transcript, if the hours are mentioned, then you don't need it. The student educated in the India to fulfill this requirement, school must submit the attested copy of the clock hours documentation known as a transcript of the hours. In my thing, transcript mention the hours. I don't need to submit this document. If they want it, they have to submit. Otherwise, you just ask your school to make a one copy. They will do it. Any question?
License.
Rhea? Okay. So this is one thing that you are sending. Your document 6 thing, your college 3 thing, document request form, official transcript, graduation verification, may need, may not need, internship certificate. If you are providing the notarized copy, then your college is not sending. But if you are not sending, college must submit the internship certificate and your clinical practice hours. Okay. And university, that is the third thing, as you are from India. So third thing is all the mark sheets submitted via university. Clear? Any questions? I hope you understood properly. Now the documents that other institute must send to the CAPR. So other institute means one is your language testing agency that must send the official language proficiency score report to the CAPR, not you. And second thing is bridging course certificate. So once you are enrolled in the program, once you are done your program, then bridging course is done, and that's whatever the course you are taking from the university, they send to the CAPR. Okay, Bessie, bridging course certificate should be sent. You are not sending. You are enroll yourself in the college or something like university that does this bridging program. So I mentioned in my earlier slide, just a minute, okay, I'm going back. This one. So all the international physiotherapists compulsory take the approved online course that include the formal method of assessment to meet the requirement, because you are entering into the Canadian health system. So these are the Canadian healthcare system PT bridging program. Generally, the University of Toronto, OIEPB, IEHP, I personally took from IEHP, University of Toronto, or University of the Alberta. They are providing this bridging program. You have to enroll yourself. Once you are done, they submit directly your result to the CAPR. Validity of the bridging program, actually your credential has the 2 years validity. IELTS also has 2 years validity. Yes, 2 to 3. Yes, IELTS is 200%. Credential is, I think, 2 years validity. Okay, any question? So now we are going back to our institute one. So IELTS one, and then this healthcare system. So healthcare system, if you are educated out of the Canada, you must complete the course on the knowledge of the practice of physiotherapy within the Canadian healthcare system. So it is not a physiotherapy program. It is the healthcare program, bridging program. This course must include the formal method of evaluation, that how you communicate with the patient, how you know the ethics of the Canadian system. Generally, it is online. Some college provide the in-class, but most, like 99% students going with the online. Available from multiple Canadian university and can be started during the credential process. We will send your information on available course option after you apply for the credential. But you can also search from your side and you can start it. Now, somebody asked me the question about IELTS, that can we first do the CAPR and then IELTS, something like that. Who asked me the question? I think Patel asked this question.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
What is the question?
So we first have to apply the CAPR, or in the first we have to attend the IELTS?
Okay. So basically, once you start the credential, it takes like whole credential process. It is varies. Some students may get may evaluate very fast, but normal average period. So it is not compulsory. Okay, average It is 8 to 9 months average period. So what I recommended, first you just finish your IELTS academic 7 band. So it is okay. Once you start your credential process, they will wait until you submit your IELTS score, and then they are giving the full and final paper, which shows that you are eligible, you are equivalent to Canadian students, and you are eligible for PCE written exam. So that document only and only available once you submit each and every document, verified each and every document, and they are satisfied. Okay, so you may submit in between, or you may finish first IELTS and then start the credential. It is up to you. But I want every student make a deadline. If you are not making a deadline, years and years pass. Because you never know. For example, you are coming, for example, September intake, you are coming to Canada. Once you are coming to the Canada, at least you are trying to adjust the weather and environment and your supporting system. It takes like 3 to 4 months. Mean between 2023 gone. 2024, once you enroll yourself with the job and all these things, the years and years pass. Okay, just a minute. Sorry. So that years and years pass. So I want each and every student make a deadline that I am done with my IELTS within this period of the time. So now if you are very strict and you are thinking that, okay, I'm done by February or March, turn your IELTS and then start the credential, or anyhow you are coming for the student visa. So for that you are appearing for IELTS. In between you can do it. If you are in internship, you can do your IELTS along with that, because you need degree certificate to start the credential. So meanwhile, use your time. Most important, valuable thing is your time. You can do everything, but what you don't have time. Time is the most important thing. Another thing is, which is the important time? Present. You decide yourself from present onwards, you can do it. But if you are thinking, oh shit, I didn't do this thing in the past, it is never work. Past gone. Don't think anything. Think about the future, but start with the present. So today is the day that you have to decide that, okay, I'm done. I'm going to do the IELTS within a 2 months, and 2 months is a more than enough time. Once you have to decide, you have to form. Okay, sorry. So that's the thing. You have to decide your present and work on that. That is a very, very, very important thing. Once you are done with the IELTS and then start the credential, or you can start the credential and then you can go with the IELTS, all these things. So I think IELTS is like little bit tricky part. So I am telling my student, do the IELTS and then start the credential. It is easy, peace of mind. Bridging program. Bridging program is very easy program. It is not a rocket science. It's just you have to see the online video and answer the few questions. That's it. Very, very easy. Once you are done with the IELTS, half thing is done. The half thing is your PCE written preparation. So credential is the paperwork. Form A, Form B, Form D, everything is paper. You are not doing anything. You are just submitting in an appropriate way. For that, you need more than, you need maximum 15 days. 15 days is more than enough. That you have to make your package, your college makes the college side package, and university make their university package. Then you are not going to evaluate your thing, right? You are just submitting. Your part is done. So do your task in the part. IELTS, credential documentation, and then once document is submitted, your part is do your PCE written preparation. As much as you can do from your country, or as much as you can do during this credential process, that is a time-saving thing. You can start the preparation. According to me, what is the accurate timing to start the credential process? Tricky question. Okay, so according to me, I don't know, Riddhi, you are a Bachelor of Physiotherapist, or you are in internship, or Like you done your internship? Everyone has a different preference. It's a BPT student. You are student. You done your BPT or no? Okay. So for me, if I am a student, okay, don't take personally. Everyone has their own preference. So when I am in internship, I'm done my IELTS because I have enough time. 9 to 5, I'm going to the college. After that, I'm not doing anything. So if you want to come to the Canada, then don't go for, like, it's up to your choice. But go prepare yourself for the IELTS. So meanwhile, you are completed your IELTS. Once your internship is done, you are getting your internship certificate within 1 month. You are applying for your degree certificate. So everything comes and you are applying for the transcript. So in that one, you have your IELTS in your result. Your result is in your hand. You can use the same IELTS for the student visa. So that is also fulfilled. And once everything is done, internship and everything, then you can apply for the credential. And in between, you prepare yourself for the PCE return. That is the best way. Now, some scenario when, so I'm coming as a permanent residency. So if I'm telling my story, when I got my medical, I start my credential process. So once, like during my time, the written exam is not given from the home country. So I gave the written exam once I am in Canada. So I came to the Canada in 2014. 2015 onwards, I'm working as a physiotherapist. So 2015, I'm working as a resident PT. 2016, I clear my registered PT, clinical exam, as well as the USA license exam. So I have a 3-country license, India, US, and Canada. It is my choice. But I started my process once I got my medical. So I know that I'm 100% going to the Canada, and my career is to be a physiotherapist. No, okay, one more thing. Don't allow anyone to decide your career. You are the only person to decide your career. Because here everyone says, oh, it is very hard to get the license. Nothing is hard. Only the hard process is to getting the birth on the earth. That you did it. That means done. So you have to work with your timeline. You have to work with your goal. Don't listen others. Think about yourself, where you are. Look, and then get the direction. That is the only thing. Clear? We have to submit the Xerox copy of mark sheet, degree certificate. No, don't submit the Xerox copy of the mark sheet also. Nothing I mentioned. So student has, so from you, as a you are submitting 6 things. Form A, Form B, your proof of the passport, means proof of the name. Okay. Then the certified check, or if you are paying by the credit card. 5th thing, degree certificate, copy of degree certificate, and if applicable, notarized copy of, so notarized copy of the degree certificate, notarized copy of the marriage certificate, and if you want, you can submit the notarized copy of your internship certificate. You should not submit any copy of mark sheets. Mark sheet only and only from university. Degree certificate, yes, but not the copy, not the Xerox, notarized copy. Clear? Okay. So once everything is in the part, CAPR received everything, they give acknowledgement and status of application. So this is mentioned on the website. I just put it here. Once we have means CAPR. Once CAPR have proceed your application and documents, they will, means CAPR will assign you a client ID number and email to you. Here they are doing email. Credential status update will no longer available on the website from 22nd October 2020. CAPR is in the transition to the electronic database, and applicant will be able to view real-time status update through the client portal ID beginning in 2023. So for you, it is easily available. What is your status of application? CAPR will provide the detailed information about how to use the client portal when it is operational. So from 2023 onwards, they get the operational online database, and then they are providing the idea. The client service team will check the document received from your assessment. If the documents are not in format, they send you the checklist, document checklist, how to submit your document correctly. So they send you the document that, okay, we received your marriage certificate, it is not notarized. Please submit the notarized marriage certificate. They mention you in that document. Once all the document is received in proper format, what they want, then his file is considered as the complete. And at this point, your assessment start. Communication with the applicants. So if you want to know that CAPR received your application and documents, you can send them by registered mail or the courier service and contact the credential team by email. And email is credentialing@alliancept.org. So you email them on this email ID that, okay, I submitted the document so and so date, whether you received, what is the status, they will update you. Okay, status, I think they are not updating, they are sending the document, and from 2023 onwards, they are making as the online portal. So it is very easy for you. Clear so far? Any question? So this is now CAPR task that evaluate your documents. And then finally, they are giving the document showing that so-and-so student. So for example, I am the applicant for the credential. So they are making after done the credential, it takes like 8 to 9 months minimum. But again, it is variable, okay? Some has 1 year and some has 7 months, variable. But then they are sending the document that Mamta Kansara, we done your credential, we are finished your credential at this point from today onwards, and as per your documentation and as per your credential assessment, your study, your education is equivalent to Canadian physiotherapy education. You are eligible to write the PCE written exam. Once you receive this document, contact the Global Physio. Not at that time, before that also. So step after the credential process, you are eligible for the PCE written. So I'm always telling my students that once you are done with your IELTS, or if you are preparing your IELTS, but you are starting your credential process, side by side, you can prepare yourself for the PCE written exam. Clear? Any question? That is your all the portion of credential. What is credential? Any question regarding credential? Clear? Perfect. So this is the almost a maximum, like everything I just mentioned here, that is available on the website also. It is not my word. You can also verify with the website, and you have to decide your time that when to start, because written exam is also not easy, but it is not impossible. Okay, so don't think like, okay, I can't do it. Everyone can do it. So why it is important? Why you have to start your written preparation as soon as you are starting your credential? Because I don't want to waste your time. Time is the factor. For example, you are starting your credential January 2023 onwards, and you are thinking, let me finish my credential first. So your credential is done by November 2023 maximum. I'm just taking 11 months. And then you are starting your preparation. PCE written, at least minimum you have to give yourself 7 to 8 months. Okay, Shreya, you are in between, I think, because I already mentioned this thing. WES is not like any document you are verified through the WES, it is a different process. CAPR is a different process. So WES is verified your document for your PR, permanent residency. CAPR, it's a regulatory body. You have to do everything starting from the scratch. That all the documents you are submitting, college is submitting, university is submitting, that is the CAPR task, is the your license process. It's not your permanent residency. Both are different. So WAS is not like CAPR never accept any document if it is sending through the WAS. It never mentioned. I think I mentioned, I think you join in between, but there is a one line. So this is a consent. Realize that this assessment is not binding of on any institute or organization, and release the CAPR and its director, officer, employee, member of physiotherapy regulators and agents, including, for example, International Qualification Assessment Service, WES, or other credential assessors bodies such as those listed on Canadian Information Center for CIC website. So you cannot use that one. This is not binding. Clear? So in the consent, everything is written. Okay, so where we are, time. For me, time is important. So time is, you are doing credential. Along with the credential, you have to prepare yourself for the written exam. You need at least 6 to 7, minimum 6 to 7 months. But if you know yourself where you are, you can end up with the 9 months, depending on your preparation. But it is not like too difficult if you understand. So right now you understand credential, right? Same way, you are understanding your physiotherapy stuff as well. Once it is new, it is like our fear that, okay, we don't know. But if you dig yourself in that matter, you know everything. So again, same theory apply to the written exam. You have to do the parallel preparation. So focus in IELTS 7 band. Once the band is achieved, use it for dual purpose, for the student visa as well as the license. Start the paperwork, submission, college and university. It takes maximum, give yourself 15 days. You have to submit everything. But submit in a proper manner. Don't be rush. I want each and every student go with perfection. So it is saving your time afterwards. And then start for the written exam. So Global Physio Academy provide the, so myself only, I am taking all the lectures. So I am providing the written exam preparation classes. So in the Canada, so there are 2 exams. Basically NPTE, that is the US exam, which is the standalone questions. While in Canada, it is known as the physiotherapy competence exam. It is a Vignet style. Anyone knows what is a Vignet? Any idea what is Vignet? Vignet means case scenario, right, Krishna? Vignet means in the Canada, they are asking, so there are 200 questions in the MCQ. Out of 200, 80% are Vignet and 20% are standalone. So Vignet means they are giving one story, like, because they are assessing your knowledge through the written exam. So they are giving the scenario that Mrs. Roy coming to the department having a tingling numbness in the first 3 fingers, and the first 3 fingers means thumb, index and the middle finger. She is 9 months pregnant and also having a pedal edema. She is a computer worker and having a sitting job 8 to 9 hours per day. So this is your scenario. Patient is pregnant. Patient has a tingling numbness in the thumb, first 2 fingers. Patient has edema and patient is a computer worker. Now in that one, they are asking 3 to 4 questions. So they may ask questions about the pregnancy. They may ask question about the carpal tunnel syndrome, because it is a sign and symptoms of carpal tunnel. They may ask questions about edema. What is the management of edema? They may ask questions about posture, because patient is computer worker and she is sitting for 7 to 8 hours in a day. So she has a forward head posture. So there is a number of the questions that arise in one scenario. That is called Vignet. Clear? Perfect. So what we are offering, like what I'm offering in the Global Physio Academy. So generally for the written classes, there is a more than 60 plus lectures. All the classes are live like this, 2 to 2.5 hours long, 100% concentration to each student because I have a limited batch size. And whatever lectures I'm taking, the recordings are generated and that recording I'm giving to the students. So I'm giving access to the students until their exam. So they may revise themselves as many times as they want. So that is the most important thing. Topics which is covered in the written exam, like for the written exam, you have to done this thing: musculoskeletal, neuro, cardiology, pulmonary, integumentary system, that is the skin, burns, other systems which is include the hematology, endocrine, thyroid hormones, parathyroid, all the other systems. Pediatric population disease like spina bifida, cerebral palsy child, atheratoid children. Geriatrics population, those who having Alzheimer disease, Parkinson. So geriatric population disease, pediatric population disease, therapeutic modalities, stents, ultrasound, and most important, Canadian ethics, safety and ethics. So each are the topics which is important in your exam. I am covering all the topics and all the lectures from my, like I am taking the lectures. No other lecturer is there. What is free in that one? So once you are enrolled with the Global Physio Academy, these are the lectures, theoretical lectures, which clear your theory. But you have to give exam as a MCQ format. So student has to prepare themselves as the MCQ base. So I am providing the mentorship 2 months before exam. For example, you are my students from February batch onwards. So you are done your theoretical lectures from February, March, April, and May, maximum 3 to 4 months. And you are planning to give exam either in December 2023 or March 2024. So once you are done your credential, you are telling me that, Mamta, I am planning to give exam. Then your mentoring started. So mentoring means I am giving like lot of questions, topics. I am doing the revision again and again. So that is called mentoring. Theory, you know. But then I'm giving you the rapid fire questions. Okay, tell me the pregnancy symptoms. Tell me the assessment portion. Tell me the postural. All this is called mentoring. Full preparation with the question and answer only, with rational. So if you select this answer, why this is the answer? If you have a wrong answer, why you did, what is your problem? Where is your negative thing that you choose the wrong answer? So that all the preparations that I'm doing before exam, that is called PCE strategy class as well. And same exam style, there is a one free mock test that you have to give. So in our 10th standard, remember we have a preliminary exam, same way. So if you are giving the exam in the March, I can give you January, one free mock test of 200 questions, which is the beginner style. So you know where you are. All the lectures by me. For myself, if I am MPT Neuro from India, registered physiotherapist in Canada, and US license holder. So that is the PC written exam preparation classes. Anything if you need, you can contact me on my cell number 416-879-1986. Regarding credential, also you can contact me. And PC written 100%, you can contact me. It is like 100% focus for each and every students. Any question regarding anything, credential or written exam classes? If our ILDT validity is finished, but credential validity is on, then we can give PC exam. Okay. So, okay, that is a good question. Once you are done your IELTS, for example, you are done your IELTS November 2022. So IELTS result is valid for 2 hours. November 2022 to November 2023, November 2023 to November 2024. In between, you start the credential process. So before expiring your IELTS result, you submitted your IELTS result to the CAPR, means your IELTS Academy Institute, submit your IELTS result to the CAPR, then you are fine. So only you need IELTS validity up to the up to the CAPR received. Once CAPR received, then you are good. Then you don't worry. Can you repeat what we student to CAPR? What student? I can't understand the questions. Zoom user. Can you repeat what we mean? Students sent to CAPR. Okay. So students sent 6 documents. It is already mentioned. One is the application form A, form B, certified check or the credit card information. If applicable, notarized copy of marriage certificate, notarized copy of the degree certificate, 1 copy of your identity document. They're either passport or if you are in Canada, Canadian driving license. And if you want, you can also submit the notarized copy of internship certificate, which is optional. So 7 things actually as a student. School means college, document request form, transcript, notarized copy of not notarized, internship completion certificate, and document that support the clinical hours. These 4 things college has to submit, and the university is only mark sheets. Clear? Perfect. So once you are preparing yourself with the parallel, what should be the student's reading style? So they have to go through the lecture because there is a lot of things given in the book. What is needed for PCE? That is important. So once you are going with the lectures, you know what to read from the book. Main book are the Kishner, Maggie's, Therapy Ed, Sullivan, Red and Chung. There are a lot of books are there, but main books are there. This thing, make a note, prepare yourself with the question answers as the MCQs. That should be the reading style for your for you as the preparing for PCE written. Okay. And what? After clearing the written exam, so total there are 3 trials. I want 1 trial is your only trial, so don't think that I have a second trial. Once you clear the written exam, you need mentor. That mentor means any physiotherapists who are already working in Canada as a registered PT and having a more than 3 years of experience. They become the mentor of your mentor of you. Then and then you get the resident PT license. So decide what you want. You want only to come to the Canada or you want to work as a PT. So that is your goal. If you want to work as a PT or any odd job, or you want to work as a resident PT, this is the mandatory thing. That compulsory, there is no option. The credential is also on your name. So you have to do it. If credential is my name, I have to do it. So you are the only person decide your own future. Don't listen others. Decide yourself what to do, when to do, and how to do. This is the 3 things you have to decide. You are good. Clear? So once you are done with the written, work as a resident PT, apply for the clinical depending on your province. Now it is scenario is changed. So depending on the province, you have to apply for the clinical and then get registered PT license. Registered PT means permanent license. Clear? Any question? Perfect. So join me on the Facebook as well as the Instagram page, Global Physio Academy. You can directly contact me at my cell number. You can also email me as the globalphysioacademy@gmail.com. You can also give me the feedback of this lecture. So at least I come to know where I have to focus, what part I have to do it. Generally, I covered all the things. So how you like it or not like it, you can give me the feedback. It is always welcome. My next batch is started from February onwards for the new batch. If you want to join it, at least if you want to join, you can ask me. I can give you the 1 free lecture as well. So you come to know what is the way, how I'm conducting the classes and how it is useful to you. Okay. So feel free to contact me anytime. Whenever I'm getting the questions or anything, either in WhatsApp or in the email, I will definitely give you the answer on my page. but I'm trying my students to give you the answer as fast as possible. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for listening and thank you to join us for the credential process. I hope you like it. Everyone is good? Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna stop my this thing. Okay, one more thing. Oh, I already recorded this lecture, so I will try to put that lecture on the YouTube. So if in the YouTube, I have a Global Physio Academy channel, so I can put that lecture for your review. So whenever you are doing your credential process, you may go through the YouTube video. My first video, it is an old process where there is a form C. So now go with the new version. So at least you get the idea, and this recorded lecture also, it is convenient for you to get the clear idea. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy and good day. Bye.